Ah! The days roll on. I'm still here in Colombia. One day it's stormy and raining, then it's unbelievably hot. Shadow and I are just sort of sitting in the sun roasting slowly. I'm stripped to the waist because it's so damn hot and I'm working in the boat. I've got covers up, the bilge is open and a damn mess, but it does begin to make sense slowly. Whoa, goodness. This is the inside of the starboard water tank after I've been putting a mild solution of acid down there. It's got rid of and killed a lot of the rust. I think it's also taken away some of the coating that was originally on, but that's okay because I'm not going to use it as a water tank like it was before again. There's one on the other side that's also open today, and you can see the rust there before it's treated. I'll do this also again later. There's more work to be done, but everything in its own time. It's okay. It's actually rust dust that's on top of the tar, which would have looked something like the one that's in the other tank over here. So actually it is fairly harmless. Just going to make sure that nothing rusting through on the bottom of the boat. That wouldn't be nice. Anyway, I've got one of my dad's old army cases out here. He used to keep radio gear in it. He used to be a radio ham. I've got all my tools in it now. It's also very heavy, but fits nicely under the seat there on the port side. And I've still got enough space to get water canisters down the side. And on the right, ignore that box on the top there, that's going to be all full of water canisters. Also, a friend of mine, Heather, thank you for the vacuum cleaner. But it works on English mains and it's only 110 volt from now on. So no good anymore, unfortunately. There's some English people on the boat next to me. I'm going to see if they could do with that, and possibly a tool caddy. Got some filming gear here, 2 tripods, big one and a small one. I'll have to find new places for them. It's just funny how periodically this boat just ends up in a blooming mess. But we're going to get to this. When it's all put back, it'll be brilliant. All this work is in preparation for the next leg of the trip, which is going to be quite a long passage, for somewhere like 5 days or something, to Panama. I'll tell you more about that a bit later on. And it's the same outside, so lots to do. I've only got a week left here to do it in. Been raining again, but the thing that after the rain you get this happening. A lot of crap floating around inside the marina, which nobody seems to take care of. A lot of it smells as well. There's no way you'd want to put your feet in this water, let alone swim in it. It looks menacing, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday, because yesterday was pouring with rain. It was time to change the sacrificial anodes on the engine. That's a new one ready to go in, and that's one that I took out earlier. You can see what's happened there. That's just gone soft and corroded away. But rather than that than the engine. The problem is that the thing's right in there, and underneath there is the alternator, lots of wiring. So I've had to make a kind of a bucket to catch the water. I kind of cut it at a certain angle. I've just done the job now. I can take it apart. Of course, when I opened it up, water came out, and luckily it didn't go. I hope. I'm checking now over this fella. You can see there. that's what I had open in there, and that's the alternator with the electrics at the back there. Don't want to get that wet. Another problem I've had today is because she's a Perkins, everything is what we would say in English imperial, which is the imperial sizes of old, which the Americans still use. They call them American. So I've got all metric and nothing would fit. So it was this one here that I've just taken out. I couldn't get anything to fit that. So I thought, I know, I'll go over to an American boat. They got some of the old imperial stuff, which of course they call American. So I was lent this by a nice gentleman, which finally did the job after an hour of trying to get it off. You can see where I burred it there. So yeah, if you've got the right tools, it helps. So I'm going to have to see if I can get that size. 15/16 of an inch. I mean, try telling that to a school kid in Europe and they're going to go, what? Say what? Just about to take this socket back to my mate, and down it comes, the rain. Great for water collection, although most of it keeps missing a bucket no matter what I do, and I haven't seemed to get it right. That one's doing all right up there. Oh, almost. Hang on. Wow. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait. I was gonna go out. Met up with my old friends from Rand Sailing and showed them my new monkey impression. That went down pretty well. Anyway, it was good to see them again. Hadn't seen them for a while. They were leaving the next day, so we chatted about this and that, posed for a group photograph, and then we thought it was a good idea to go and get something to eat, so it was burger time. And then it was back to work. Got a lot of the rust jobs done. You can see there, that's all kind of rust free. Overall, she's looking pretty good. I've got the dinghy pulled up on the side there, so it's not interfering with anybody else. I had to have it off the deck, obviously, to keep the hatches clear. Today I'm attempting to sort some of the rigging out. That needs a bit of taking up on it. I'll do that now. The mainstays on either side, port and starboard, I've done those already. I've taken them up full 2 turns. Well, that's 1 full turn. Right, what we're going to do now is go on the other side. We're doing 1 turn on one side, 1 turn on the other. On this side of the boat, however, it is hot. That deck is too hot to kneel on. Got a mat out so I can kneel down on this deck. It is incredibly hot. Right, what I'm doing now is I'm marking these up so I know where the start and end is, because everything tends to turn as you're turning, if you see what I mean. So I know that those are my finishing marks. So if I go all the way around, come back to that mark, that's 1 turn. And that needs to be staying this way, otherwise it might turn around and I don't notice it and it's facing the wrong way and it buggers up my calculations. Yeah, yesterday I was so hot I had to stop doing this, and it's only 10 in the morning now and this is unbearably hot here. Half the problem is working out which way around the thread goes. So I actually mark the thread so I can see if I'm going the wrong way or not. I've told people I'm tuning my rig up. This isn't tuning, this is just oiking. It's just a bit of violence. Yeah, basically I'm just cinching everything up. That's all I'm doing. Just got back from the shops, it's hot. There's my granny shop, but actually this is a new one. It's slightly different to the old one I had, a bit more substantial. I can carry a lot more in this. It'll carry that lot in one go. That's 36 litres of water there. That's all going to go in the bilges, and I just had a little space at the top, so I just grabbed a 6-pack of beer, and I'm sure the people in the shop thought 6 packs of beer and 36 litres of water, that boy sure suffers from bad hangovers. So that's beginning to look quite full now. I've got a lot of supplies in both sides under the floor, and next to it the couch is up in what was a starboard water tank, and you can see now what I've done. These are really good. They're American-made containers. They're 26 litres, I think, 25 or 26 litres. So we've got 3 of them in there, and then I've squished in between them. These are bags I bought locally of water. They're 6 litres each. So that's ready to close up now, and that's about 120 litres in there now. Not bad. Using a map app on their iPhone, Matt and Christine took me for another walk round the back streets of Santa Marta. Wasn't long before we came across these dumpsters full of animal parts. We then proceeded down the road and found this kind of a mall, but it had fresh produce, vegetables, and some more animal parts. These little birds were cute, but I wasn't actually sure if they were meant to be served up as hors d'oeuvres or pets. After the headless corpses and the sleeping dog, we stopped off to buy some green things. It was then I discovered this cat who was pretending to be a vegetable, hoping that somebody would take him home. It was then I saw the biggest bag of oregano I'd ever seen in my life, and another bag full of orange stuff with bits of trees in. A little later on, found this girl showing photographs of herself to a mounted policeman, not sure why. Felt sorry for the horse, I let him smell my hand while Christine stroked his neck. That's the horse's, not the policeman's. And then the cops, who were actually really nice guys, went off to find someone to arrest. Just walking down the dock to say goodbye to a friend of mine, who's also a bit of an old sea dog, John. I've been friends for a while, but don't often see him because he's always shooting off and he's always in front of me. There he is, look.
Oh, just watch the corner.
You're off.
Thanks, Barry.
Okay, watch yourself on the corner there.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Yeah, take care. See you, John.
Seeing in the San Blas.
I'll see you in the San Blas.
Have a beer for me tonight.
I will. After waiting for a few days in a nearby bay for a weather window to go on to the San Blas, John decided just to pop back briefly to the marina for a loaf of bread and a couple of beers. I was just having my morning coffee, and this illegal immigrant decided to come, and he's in his little boat there. Good morning, John. How does it feel to be a boat person?
But can you see over there?
Oh, John's just said there's a tall ship coming in with men in the rigging, no less.
Rigging in the rigging?
Yeah, over there somewhere. Oh, I might see that tomorrow. Oh, you're all standing on the yards, look. Thanks to those that took part in this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my patrons for their amazing support. And if you'd like to help out and help sponsor this channel, please check out my Patreon page for real-time updates to find out what I'm doing in real life in real time. Check out Facebook, Adventures of an Old Sea Dog. All links are below. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you next time. This is taken in Colombia,